It's lovely to be here, and I'd like to start off by just singing a little quote on music that I read the other day, and it says, "Music speaks what cannot be expressed, soothes the mind and gives it a rest, heals the heart and makes it whole, flows from heaven to the soul." And I think that sums up what music means to a lot of us. Ladies and gentlemen, writers, composers, musicians, and I know in this room all friends, I feel very honoured and privileged to have been asked to say a few words today on this very special day pertaining to our lovely Kay Bell and her debut as a fully fledged author. Lyrically speaking, what a wonderful and, I believe, unique original idea for a tome that is both a supportive resource for musicians searching for lyrics and education to lyric writers who wish to hone their craft, or indeed perhaps even assist in removing the dreaded obstacles to writer's block, which I've suffered from on many occasions. I love the fact that Kay has prefaced many of the individual lyrics with information regarding the inspiration behind the creation of them, thus making it not only a source of lyrics, but a textbook reference on how to write lyrics. The creation of Lyrically Speaking in reality goes back to her very first decision to try her hand at songwriting quite a few years ago, despite not being a musician. That puts a lot of people off. They think they can't write songs if they're not a musician. Not true. She has subsequently collated her works, her experiences and her development as a songwriter to this current day. And that journey has not just been one of development, but littered with successes and awards en route. International accolades for her co-writes and Australian Lyricist of the Year in this country included. Typically, Kay has laboured over the creation of her book until it finally met her high standards. I tell you, it's laboured for years. I wish I had known her when I was at BMG. I could have used her so much. When I first started in this business as a starry-eyed muso, I aspired to be a jazz musician and thought that singers were the scourge on the industry and therefore lyrics weren't all that important to me. Then the desire to actually earn a living turned me into one, as I rode the road to failed rock and roll stardom. Over the years working for record companies and songwriters, I have truly come to appreciate the ability to write lyrics more and more, and appreciate the strength of the fusion between lyrics and melody. The quality of Kay's lyrics over such a quantity of output is quite extraordinary. She personifies the songwriting mantra that we should probably all aspire to. Never compose a note that you don't feel, and never write a word that you don't believe in. The timing of this launch could also probably not have been better. A new recent study of #1 lyrics in the US Billboard charts from artists such as Beyoncé, Foo Fighters, Eminem, Adele, and others has revealed that the standard of lyrics average at a 3rd grade reading level. The reading levels of 225 songs were analysed and spent 3 or 4 weeks or more weeks at the top of the country, hip-hop, pop and rock charts. In 2005, it averaged between 4 and 5 grade. The highest graded song was Red Hot Chili Peppers, down in California, 5.5. So here, today, thanks to Kay, we have a collection of song lyrics to help bring the average back up again. Kay, by the way, has a way, of being descriptive in a totally unique and original choice of words, whilst blending them seamlessly with conversational, everyday simplicity. Where a picture can paint 1,000 words, so Kay can conjure up a detailed image or vista with one word or chosen phrase. I've had the pleasure to write with Kay, and to this day treasure how she sets the scenario and mood for one of our songs in the first 4 lines. When the sun goes down upon the water, I breathe in yesterday, with this just so significant, who somehow stole my every breath away. I mean, she just created such a picture for the rest of the song, and I've never heard a guy described in such a way as Mr. So Significant. You know exactly what the bastard's like. She writes observationally in a way that such is her perceptiveness, she would probably surprise even the subjects of her observations. Sometimes sparse, other times eloquently verbose and rhythmically varied, she does not limit herself to specific genres of style, possibly due to the depth of inspiration that fuels her creativity. Kay frequently refers to being moved to a variety of emotional extremes and inspired by the work of others, arguably a prerequisite and catalyst to these creative skills of hers. Few of us would not have experienced these emotional highs and lows, but we don't all have the key to open the release-sharing door that she demonstrates so liberally in the book. I know, Kay, that your words, whether with or without music, will find a place in the hearts of many who read Lyrically Speaking, as they realise that they are not alone, that someone else understands, that you've just put into words their innermost feelings, that you've inspired a plethora of potentially previously suppressed emotions and opened the doors of inquisitiveness and release. My wife, neither a musician or a songwriter, just a lover of music and words, opened the book randomly when I gave it to her. A little touch of, oh yeah, what's this about, in her attitude. She didn't say a thing for 15 minutes as she perused the pages, and finally just looked up and said, wow. And coming from my wife, that's praise indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that in reading through the pages of Lyrically Speaking, we will actually get to know quite a bit about Kay that we did not know before, but also learn a little more about life in its many faceted forms observed through her eyes. There is a lifetime of experience and thought between the covers of this book, and it probably could not have been born any sooner or left any later. And now, to bring the story to life, to expound on the raison d'etre of its creation and being, I give you the author, our very own lovely Kay Bell.